Hey, good morning. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Welcome. Well, I got my glasses on, so I'm reading. Okay, so I thought that I would take you through some of the things that you have been saying to us, okay? And if I'm laughing, it is because knowing what we do about the way that we live, some of the comments which are sincere and of good intent, they do resonate as being quite humorous. Okay, so I sometimes wonder what kind of life someone has when they sit at home and make the comment that they do. What motivates that? And the one that made me laugh the most was someone who obviously has only listened probably to one video, has only watched one video or two videos. This is usually what happens, is people have questions, and they have questions about things which have been answered many times in our videos, because, as everybody knows, we're blabbermouths, and we tell everything about our lives practically. Not quite when we go to the toilet or not, but you know, the important stuff, we are completely transparent. So this guy's obviously sitting at home, and he said about me, this guy's soft voice creeps me out. I'm wondering what kind of a life someone has that a soft voice creeps him out. I don't. It's food for thought, isn't it? Well, out there, I'm very sorry about that. Okay, but on with the other stuff. For God's sake, don't keep the cash on you. There are Filipino thugs who are waiting to mug you and take all your cash. Well, I don't have any cash. The bag that I carry has my phone in it, and my phone charge, and my spectacles, and I don't know, things like that. There's no cash. We don't have any cash. We don't, you know. Some bottom feeder once came up and did a video of our house while we were not here, sneaking around our house making a video. Imagine how creepy that is. And yes, well, that creeped me out. But anyway, he said they probably got, in one of the comments, they probably got boxes of money up there. Boxes of money? Can you let me know where they are? Because I could do with a box of money. Anyway, no boxes of money. And don't come back again, okay? But security. Well, I agree with you. Get a money belt, and I don't know, doesn't it get back to living in fear again? You know what? We live in outside Taliban. We live in an isolated house up on the hills, and there are 3 or 4 houses around us, Linas and Nanay, Manang Rado, Manang Lina, and Marisol, and they're all around. You could break it. You could practically punch a hole in the wall, and because we don't have anything. Okay, when we need to buy something like the mattresses, we go down there, we get the money, and we go and hand it over, and we come out with a mattress. Well, you can't hide the mattress, can you? Not in a money bag. So the bag that you see me wearing, it doesn't have any money in it. What can I say? Sometimes I drop change in there. Maybe they're watching on that. Now, when our friend Oni came, he had a wad that I would have had trouble lifting, being as I'm so old. But he never seemed to worry about it, and I said to him, I said the same thing that you did. Oni, don't flash the money, okay, because people might be watching you. And he said, it's okay. So you can't live in fear of everything, okay? But thanks. I really do appreciate every comment that we get that is given in a nice way. Right, here's another one. Jessica, wear decent clothes when you're cooking. Now, here's the thing, that Jessica wears tops and shorts. Now, is this unusual in the Philippines? No, it's as hot as hell out here sometimes. Now, all you ever see me in is shorts, and I wouldn't want you to take to your grave the image of me in short shorts, okay? I'm sparing you that. But if I should really go down to Taliban and take a video of lots of random women that I don't even know from long distance, and you'll see that the way that Jessica chooses to wear, to dress, is very common. She goes to school with RJ in the afternoon, and she goes like that, and many other moms are there, and they're all dressed Jessica style. So youngsters wear short shifts, what you might call a shift, and just when you're thinking, well, that's a little bit strong, you know, being the prig that I am, and then you find that they've got shorts on underneath. It's only a top. So that's one there. Now, the can openers, there's no way you're going to change Nanai on can opening. And when I get in there and I need to open a can, I'm like a big kid. Nanai, can you open this can for me? And she gets out the big knife that looks like it was left over from a scene in Psycho, and she opens the can as easy as anything, and in a way that scares the life out of me. But she's been doing that all her life, well, all the life of canned goods, so there's going to be no change about that. Now, the concerns about me having a hernia. I'm concerned about having a hernia as well. Thank you, I don't want one. And I don't want a heart attack. Please don't be concerned about me doing a little work now and then. I built my own house, and it's not so long ago that I was doing exactly that, before we had a channel which now actually takes 24/7 of our time. We are working on our channel 24/7. So it's not like I sit round in a rocking chair anyway. We work damn hard. It really needs a visit to the chiropractor every time I drive that truck down to the road, but that's not going to happen either. So what happens when we get down there and there's no one to lift the wood? Well, I do it. It doesn't happen every day. It's not a thing that we live in dread on. I don't go home and collapse in bed with backache. I'm actually, if anything, a little bit stronger than I look, okay? So, don't worry about that. Thank you for your concern. I'm not about to... well, let me tell you what I said to someone who said, Terence, take care of yourself. Well, I am taking care of myself. Now, getting old, which I have a feeling will be coming to me anytime soon, it's like a tightrope walk between not overdoing it and not giving up and rushing over and buying a rocking chair. It's a tightrope walk between those two things. You don't want to give up on everything, and you don't want to be stupid. I know that I can't lift things that I lifted with one hand a little while ago, and not too long ago either. As I said, I built my own house, and I built it out of metal stud because metal stud can be lifted. So I know my limitations, but even then, getting up on that roof was scary enough, and making up the beams by making multiple constructions of both channel and metal stud, there were some weights to be lifted there. Now, I stopped working on the house when I broke my collarbone, and in a moment of not paying enough attention, I slid off a piece of board that I was cutting and hit the ground with my left shoulder, and I broke a collarbone. But I healed very quickly, and I'm not still recovering from that. It's about 9 months ago, I think, because I was talking to Daryl about it, and he was surprised that I'd recovered so quickly. But I went to what you might call a witch doctor, a faith healer, and old lady. There's a video there or photographs of it on Facebook, and she manipulated, adjusted me, and told me exercise. Now that's against a lot of Western thought on how a collarbone should be fixed. Well, I did the balancing act between resting and exercising, and now I'm just fine. And actually, when we come back and I have some time, I'm planning to do some inconsequential things like making a front door, putting a frame in, and having a front door finally. And I'm going to fix the windows. We're going to have windows in here. Won't that be wonderful? This is an obscene show of wealth, don't you think? So, I hope my voice isn't creeping anybody out, is it? On the other hand, I hope I'm not turning anybody on. So, mattresses, the cost of mattresses, they're about $4 grand. But you can find that on our videos. This is the thing, a lot of questions on our videos, a lot of questions are answered before they're asked on our videos. So sometimes people cannot be bothered. I have a soaking
the mattress, the double is around 3,199 something, and then there's a 10%, something like that.
So it's nearer 3,000.
Yeah.
But you've already said
double.
this.
But if you do the family,
I'm not talking to a ghost now. There is.
But if you go to the family, it's around 3,000. Depends on the kind of mattresses. Right. Because there are 6, there are 4 something, 6,000, 6 plus. Yeah. Then there are 3 plus. We do the lower, which is 3,000 something.
Yes.
You know, but there's the 10%.
Did you get that? There's a 10%.
But it depends on if it's double family, you know, and we usually get family if it's a lot of family, and then double if it's, you know, double-sided, I don't know.
Thank you, honey. So, that brings me to another one. Somebody said that I was the most arrogant person that he'd ever met, something similar to that, and that my wife's Beth is a saint compared to me, and I'm an arrogant SOB. Sorry about that, arrogance. I don't know, when you're British. I used to have a British friend in California, and on her fridge, she was, yes, British, she had a sign on her fridge that said, "It's hard to be humble when you're British." So we'll leave it at that for that one. Okay, so looking at the videos will answer most of your questions, but these are comments now. Now, we are actually at the moment working on the rag houses. Why did we call them the rag houses? It just was, while we were talking, we said, those houses look really ragged, don't they? And we've been passing them for some time, for years, and nothing ever happened, and those people lived in hope, and we would always see little kids running around, and we made up our mind that we were going to help. And so with your help, we did help. We're still looking at further financing for the second rag house, which actually we started the first rag house on what we call a leap of faith. That means starting it when you haven't got the money to finish it, okay? But the money came through, we finished the first rag house, and lots of people said how much the demeanor of the kids from the first video of when we went down and introduced ourselves, and how the kids were, how shy and backward and hesitant and reserved they were, compared to what a transformation when they saw their new house, and they were so delighted. Oh, lots of laughter. Many people got a great kick out of listening to that laughter and watching those faces, and we did too. Believe me, that's a huge buzz for us. So the Secret Village kids, now we call these names because they're supposed to, on a marketing way. Heaven forbid that we should be thinking about marketing from some people's viewpoint, but we try to work out a title which will make people, good morning, that's RJ, which will make people want to look at the video. And the village, the secret village in the mountains, it is on the top of the hill. We took a video yesterday when we dropped off one mattress, which came courtesy of the originator of that dream. Sweet Dreams was Steve, Mr. Sandman Steve, and we gave him that title, the Sandman, because he was bringing sweet dreams to a lot of people there. So we're going to be delivering later another 6 mattresses to that little cluster of houses sitting right on the top of the hill. Wonderful. And we saw the kids up there yesterday. Just so heartwarming. Now, camera update. We're doing our best. Sincerely, we're doing our best. We got a very nice camera from Little Bit Rich. We got another camera that was given, Victor. We're working to try to get that out. Just try to understand that we're up at 5:30 in the morning and we go to bed. Usually try to get to bed at 8:30 at night, otherwise you just can't do it. Okay? In among that, we often upload, make, edit, upload as many as 10 or 11 videos. And in among all of that, we have our projects. We have our Sweet Dreams projects, getting mattresses and getting them out to people. We have our children's first experience projects, in which we take kids for their first experience, sometimes as small as going their first time on an escalator, going to a store to buy clothes, going to a restaurant for the first time in their life, going swimming. These things are not earth-shattering experiences, but for these little kids, some of who are still living on a dirt floor in a tiny little house, of which you have seen many, it's a huge thing. So we're doing all of that. We're building houses, digging wells, going up to Tagbilaran. We're taking Desiree, and in the last 2 months we've taken Desiree to for her tests in Cebu, and to all have to be fitted in at the same time. And sorry if we are not making as big a progress as you would like. Somebody sent a message saying, I think that you're only working on 380, 480 pixels, and I know that the camera that you have, see, people out there are very skilled on cameras, and we're not. He said, I know that your camera is capable of something like 1,000 at least. So, thank you.
Yeah. We're doing, what would I say?
Beth does the editing, by the way.
Yeah, so we're using the any DVD converter. So if you have an idea on what to use, let us know, because that's the easiest that we know, and I can edit it on the road, on the truck. We got the other camera, the Nikon. What's the other one? Huh?
Is it a Nikon?
The other one, Canon.
The small.
Yeah, we got the Canon, the small one, and there's a DVD for the uploading converter, the video, and editing the video. And
this was the one from.
That's
Victor.
from Vector. And I tried it, and it takes me 3 hours to edit it, and it's still, when I finish, it's still not lining, and it's difficult for me to cut, you know. So
that's the problem. That's the problem, is that we could do with about a 30-hour day. So far, God's not prepared to give us that. But that's what we could do with, and we're doing what we can. Okay?
Yeah, so if you have any idea on how to do it, you know, if you have, we need an idea on how to convert the video, so that we also want to, when we upload to the internet cafe or to the restaurant where there's a Wi-Fi, it's quicker, because we need to be quick also. So we have limited time when we go there, so we want any ideas on how to convert the video to decrease the gigabytes, you know, and also let me finish for a while. And also there's some says, why is it a small frame? Please give us a link. I tried already in YouTube on how to search how to do it. No progress yet, but I tried. Okay, we tried. So if you have any idea, link, give us the link. What we're doing
right now is that Beth is actually uploading. She's editing on the road as we drive. She edits on a laptop on the road as we drive to Talabong. There's very little time in which we're not doing something. And we both remarked the other day that we have our trip to Manila coming up, and then an enforced period of rest. We're going to be staying for a while. Haven't decided yet how long we're going to stay there, but we know that if we come back and something has to be done, then what are we going to do? I'm not going to stand there and say, no, I can't do that. So we're trying to stay away for long enough at least to get that initial rest period enforced. So that's really it on that. On the camera, advice on building. Well, the way that I go on the building, we have our Superman team. Our Superman team, they know how to build. They know how to build. They build fast. They build efficiently. They have a particular method and a particular style. It probably would not meet code in the UK or any Western country. But here's the answer to that. We're not in a Western country. We're not. That's not where we are. We're in the Philippines, and these are Filipino craftsmen, journeymen, whatever you want to call them. They're carpenters and bricklayers and labourers, and they do what they do. And I find that the best way to get them to work their best is to lead from behind. Try to get done what we want to have done, and we don't get in the way when they're doing their work. We try to let them do what they do, and anything that we put up is still 1,000 times better than what was there before. So for that, we're very happy with that. So I think that's everything. Hope this hasn't been too long. It probably has, but then I wrote down the notes for how many comments I wanted to deal with, and we just got to the bottom of the page. Okay, so thanks for looking in. I hope that we've answered some of your comments. I hope we've at least tried to make you smile a little. Life is not really that serious, although if you'd asked me that when I was lived in the wood, I've said I might have answered differently. Okay,